Now in Kenya, we have had a lot of drama that surrounds weddings. Yeah, there have been many. Like the wife of the groom turning up at the last minute with her kids, yeah, and saying so and so should not be joined in holy matrimony with that woman because I'm the wife. He has abandoned me at home, etc., etc. We have had many dramas. But in Nakuru this weekend, there was a new type of stop marriage drama. And this particular stop marriage drama was linked, wait for this one, to HIV AIDS. Now, in case you didn't know, yeah, in quite a number of churches in Kenya, serious churches these days, what happens is that before a couple are joined together in marriage, they have to go through a few things. Number one, they have to go for an HIV test. Number two, in some churches, they have to go for a pregnancy test. Now, what appears to have happened in Nakuru is that the couple failed one of these tests. Yeah, indeed, one of them was found to be HIV positive. Now, in the church where I used to go to, yeah, where this was being done, they used to do an HIV test. This test was done way in advance. Indeed, it was done immediately the engagement is announced, yeah, even before the engagement. But in Nakuru, the reason why this wedding was cancelled at the 11th hour, when the guests were already there, everything was booked, the food was cooked. The reason why it was cancelled is that it appears that at the last minute, yeah, moments before the wedding was actually going to take place, people are still rushing around confirming HIV tests, which in my view is a big embarrassment to the church. They should have been more organized than this. Then they would have avoided all this controversy, yeah, and all this shame, yeah, which was completely unnecessary. They should have just done the tests early. This drama in Nakuru was just crazy, yeah, because apparently the pastor got this information and he decided to request for a second test, which was done even as the guests were waiting, not knowing what is happening, yeah. And even as the choir continued to entertain people and nothing was happening, and all the visitors, the parents, etc., etc., were all there, yeah, getting very impatient and wondering what's going on, a second test was requested. And even when this second test came in, the pastor could not be able to determine what the results were, yeah, because the medical person wrote it in medical terms. Yeah, it was not clear. And so they had to hurriedly look for a medical practitioner to confirm what the results said, what the people were saying. And apparently, this is what they did. They confirmed. And the wedding was cancelled. The excuse given was that, it's getting very late. But of course, they had been kept waiting the whole day. And it was now late. So they were told to go home. It's too late now for a wedding to happen. Now there are some people who thrive on drama, yeah, and I just hope that this is not one of those cases. There's some human beings who just have joy when there's drama, yeah. It excites them, yeah. It makes their heart beat faster in excitement, yeah, in the thrill of drama. I think you know what I mean. However, I don't like people who thrive on the kind of drama which leaves the feelings of people's heart, yeah, damaged. Anyway, this drama was completely avoidable. Yeah, it could have been avoided. But anyway, there's one other issue that this brings up. It is a fascinating and indeed controversial issue, yeah, which should speak, yeah, to the decision that was made in Nakuru over the weekend. I'm sure most of you have heard of the term discordant couples. In this case, I'm referring to couples where one of them is HIV negative, but the other is HIV positive, meaning that one of them has AIDS and the other one does not. Now, according to official government-sanctioned figures, in 2015, there were 260,000 couples in Kenya, who are classified as discordant couples. That is over 500,000 Kenyans in a relationship whereby one of them was positive and the other one was negative. Couples means two. So 260,000 couples is 520,000 people. Now, of course, the figure is much higher than this. It's obvious, and I'll tell you why. These couples, these 260, are the ones who are receiving counseling. If you're in such a marriage, of course, it means that something like a condom has to be used. You have to go for regular checkups, etc., etc. Some of these couples even have several children. Yes, there's a way it can be done. Even though a condom has to be used all the time, in these particular marriages. But there's another amazing side to this story many people don't see. You see, in a couple where one of you has it and one of you doesn't have it, means that one of you had to make the decision, the deliberate decision, of going ahead with the marriage despite the fact that so-and-so has it. In other words, what this members of this couple were saying, the ones who are not positive, they were saying, I love you enough to risk my life and enter this marriage, rather than walk away and find somebody else who is negative like me. I will stick with you, come what may. Now, I don't think the church in Nakuru is aware of this. Marriage is a choice. The idea is that you choose somebody for better or for worse. It is a very serious commitment, a very serious covenant, which in my view is much more important than AIDS. And as has been proven very clearly by these shocking figures, 260,000 couples in 2015, living together, with one of them with it, the other one clean. It is very sad that some people are stuck in the past, in ancient history. Because these days, we have something called ARVs. Antiretrovirals enable people who have AIDS to live a very normal life. It is just that they have to keep on popping these pills for the rest of their lives. We are long past that time when testing positive was a death sentence. I vividly remember in the late 80s, somebody I knew, a sister to a very prominent judge in the country of Kenya today, when the poor girl tested positive for this thing, she promptly committed suicide. And suicide was very, very common in those early years, late 80s and early 90s. But that is now history. There are so many people living with this disease amongst us these days. And they live a very normal, healthy, happy life. You wouldn't know. The truth is, the disease is extremely manageable these days, unlike other deadlier diseases like cancer. Now, I have a very crazy view about this, and I've seen quite a number of cases, and I don't expect most of you to agree with me. But in my view, this can sometimes be a test, of a relationship. How serious are you? And I'm not talking about a situation where one of the couple is filthy rich, because the sad truth is that many Kenyans today can do anything for money. Anything. No, I'm not talking about those relationships. And anyway, those are not relationships. Those are business contracts. In my view, in a relationship where there's no money involved, it's just a relationship. This is a test, which poses a very simple question. Do you love me enough? Ama ilikuwa tu mchezo? Now, I'm also very keenly aware of the fact that very many Kenyans have no idea what love is. Love is not liking somebody a lot. Love is for better or for worse. From the comments I've seen here, majority of Kenyans have absolutely no idea what love is. Love is, take my car keys, take my ATM, take everything. Love is meeting your soulmate. And sadly, this is a fact, most people will live their entire life, from birth until death, and never ever experience this thing called love. A vast majority of the people will never have a clue. It is said less than 1 in a million people ever get to meet their soulmate in this life. Which means, if it were possible to go through more than one lifetime, maybe 3 or 4, still people would have gone through 3, 4, 5 lifetimes without ever experiencing this thing called love, true love, or meeting your soulmate. That's why, in my view, anybody who made it their life's purpose to assist human beings find their soulmates would be doing a great service to humankind. Anyway, I'm a hopeless romantic, so maybe I'm just talking rubbish. For those who pray, remember today to say a special prayer for discordant couples and all the crazy challenges they have to face. You imagine what they go through. Even telling a relative, I want to get married to so and so, but they're HIV positive and I'm not. That is why most of them keep it a secret. But they're out there. They're suffering. Some of them are going through crazy challenges. Remember to say a prayer for them today. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.